Are you ready to explode with frustration, or perhaps a simmering excitement as we witness a contract stalemate that defies logic, even as both sides are seemingly on the same page? How can one of the most dynamic, game-changing young talents in hockey find his long-term future with an iconic franchise held hostage, not by a chasm of dollars, but by the intricate, often maddening world of tax logistics? Welcome back to NHL Rumors, brought to you by the dedicated team at Last Word on Hockey, where the puck has finally dropped on a new season, and the ice is already buzzing with anticipation. While many teams have solidified their rosters for the campaign ahead, others are locked in a different kind of high-stakes game, securing their future stars. And right at the heart of this captivating drama are the storied Montreal Canadiens and their dazzling defensive prospect, Lane Hutson. Tonight, we pull back the curtain on the ongoing and surprisingly emotional contract negotiations between the Habs and the Phenom who has already captured the hearts of the CEGEP crowd. Every whisper, every rumor we bring you originates from its primary source and, as always, is subject to the ever-shifting currents of the hockey world. But make no mistake, the story unfolding around Lane Hutson is one that demands our full attention. The buzz around Lane Hutson isn't just about his incredible on-ice wizardry. It's now about the intricate dance of his future. The latest insights come from none other than the venerable Elliotte Friedman, who, on his renowned 32 Thoughts podcast, peeled back the layers on the ongoing contract talks between the Canadiens and Hudson. What he revealed is a negotiation imbued with a surprising level of emotion, a sentiment that echoes through the hockey world. Friedman didn't just drop a rumor. He painted a picture, drawing a fascinating parallel to the Minnesota Wild's intense, drawn-out negotiations with Kirill Kaprizov before his eventual blockbuster extension. That comparison alone should tell you the emotional weight and the underlying tension in these discussions. It's not just business, it's personal, it's passionate, and it's about securing a generational talent. Here's where the plot thickens and where the collective groan of exasperation might just escape your lips. Despite the emotional undercurrents, both sides appear to be remarkably aligned on the fundamental pillars of the deal, the term and the money. Friedman explicitly stated that the framework is likely an 8-year pact, hovering around the $9 million per season mark. Think about that for a moment. 8 years, nearly $72 million. That's a commitment, a statement of intent, and a clear recognition of Hudson's immense value. So, if the term and the money are largely agreed upon, what in the name of hockey heaven is causing this stalemate? The answer, my friends, lies in the arcane, often frustrating realm of logistics. Specifically, it boils down to the stark differences in tax structures between Canada and certain regions of the United States. The Canadiens, ever astute in navigating the financial currents of the NHL, have proposed a Canadian Retirement Compensation Arrangement, or RCA. For those unfamiliar with this particular financial maneuver, an RCA is essentially a trust that holds funds to provide retirement or other benefits to employees. In this context, it would serve to mitigate the substantial tax burden on Hudson's lucrative contract, effectively lowering the overall real money cost for the player while allowing the Canadiens to maintain a more palatable average annual value AV against the salary cap. It's a smart play, a strategic move designed to maximize value for both parties within the Canadian tax landscape. However, Hudson's camp, understandably focused on maximizing their clients' net earnings, has reportedly balked at this proposal. Their disagreement stems directly from those aforementioned tax differences. What works optimally in Canada might not translate as favorably when considering Hudson's overall financial picture, especially if his long-term financial planning involves considerations outside of Canada. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is precisely why we find ourselves in this bewildering contractual impasse. Yet, amidst this logistical quagmire, there's a beacon of hope, a glimmer of light that suggests a resolution is not only possible but probable. Friedman's reporting indicates that in terms of actual take-home cash, the two sides are not miles apart. The Canadiens, he notes, were slightly below the $9 million mark for an 8-year deal, while Hudson's representatives were pushing for a figure just north of that threshold. This is incredibly encouraging news for both the organization and the legions of Canadiens fans. It signifies that the fundamental desire to get a deal done is strong, and the financial gap is a mere sliver, a minor hurdle rather than an insurmountable wall. It's a testament to the mutual respect and shared vision that, despite the current holdup, a long-term partnership is very much on the horizon. In the intricate dance of contract negotiations, leverage is king. And in this particular scenario, the Montreal Canadiens hold a significant, almost overwhelming advantage. This negotiation is a rare beast, primarily because outside of Hudson's absolutely magnificent on-ice performance, which, let's be clear, is a colossal bargaining chip in itself, he lacks the typical negotiating tools most restricted free agents, RFAs, possess. The crucial detail here is Hudson's status as a 10.2C RFA. What does that alphabet soup mean for the average fan? It means Lane Hutson is not eligible to accept an offer sheet from another NHL team. This is a critical distinction. For an RFA to be eligible for an offer sheet, they typically need either 3 years of NHL experience or arbitration rights. Hudson, at this stage of his burgeoning career, possesses neither. This seemingly technicality strips Hudson's team of a powerful negotiating tactic. In a normal RFA scenario, the threat of another team swooping in with a lucrative offer sheet can often accelerate negotiations and push the original team to meet demands. But with Hudson, that option is off the table. No rival general manager can come in and try to handcuff the Canadiens by forcing their hand. While it's clear that both the player and the team are genuinely keen on forging a long-term partnership, this RFA status undeniably shifts the balance of power firmly into Montreal's corner. It allows the Canadiens to negotiate from a position of strength, knowing that they don't have to worry about external pressures or competitive bids. It's a strategic advantage that can't be overstated. So, what does all this mean for the faithful fans of the Montreal Canadiens? Should you be hitting the panic button, envisioning a future without Lane Hutson's electrifying presence on the blue line? Absolutely not. Let's be unequivocally clear. There will be a deal between Lane Hutson and the Montreal Canadiens. The mutual desire is too strong, the on-ice fit too perfect, and the financial gap too narrow for this to truly derail. The whispers from the rumor mill suggest that the eventual contract will likely mirror, or at least be in the same ballpark, as the substantial deal signed by Noah Dobson earlier in the offseason. Dobson, a talented defenseman in his own right, secured a long-term commitment, and a similar outcome for Hudson would be a monumental victory for both sides. For the Canadiens, locking down Hudson for 8 years at a reasonable AAV, even if it's slightly higher than their initial proposal, is a game-changer. This is a player who, by all accounts, is a future Calder Trophy winner and a fan favorite in the making. His offensive instincts, his dazzling puck handling, and his ability to quarterback a power play are precisely what the Canadiens need as they continue their exciting rebuild. Securing him for the long haul provides stability, a cornerstone for their defensive core, and a beacon of hope for years to come. For Hudson, this contract represents financial security and the opportunity to grow into a superstar with one of the NHL's most storied franchises. He'll be playing in a market that adores him, under the bright lights of the Bell Center, with the chance to become a true legend. It's a win-win scenario, a testament to the patience and strategic thinking of both parties. The current hold-up, while frustrating, is merely a temporary pause in what promises to be a long and fruitful partnership. It's a minor speed bump on the road to securing a vital piece of the Canadiens' future. So, take a deep breath, Habs fans. The future is bright, and Lane Hutson will be a part of it for a very long time. The eventual signing of Lane Hutson isn't just about one player, it's about the broader vision for the Montreal Canadiens. It solidifies a core of young, exciting talent that includes the likes of Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, and Juraj Slafkovsky. Hudson's offensive prowess from the back end will be instrumental in driving the team's attack, providing the kind of dynamic playmaking that can turn a good team into a great one. His presence will allow the Canadiens to build a defensive unit around his unique skill set, fostering a system that emphasizes speed, skill, and puck movement. This isn't just a contract, It's a foundational piece of a championship puzzle. The emotional roller coaster of these negotiations, from the initial excitement of his potential to the current logistical headache, only serves to underscore the importance of this player to the franchise. When the ink finally dries on that 8-year deal, it won't just be a sigh of relief. It will be a roar of triumph, signaling a new era for the Montreal Canadiens. So, as we eagerly await the official announcement, we want to hear from you. What do you think this contract means for the Montreal Canadiens' long-term aspirations? How excited are you to see Lane Hutson don the Habs jersey for the next 8 years? Let us know your thoughts, your predictions, and your wildest dreams for this team in the comment section below. And if you're as hyped as we are for Hudson's future and the exciting path ahead for the Canadiens, do us a huge favor. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single beat of the action. We're just getting started, and the best is yet to come.